What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I'm starting to finally come back to life, and I'm going to isolate myself for 2 more days. And I just have a little bit of a migraine from this bug, and I've been in a lot of isolation rooms. So, I should be in good shape by this weekend and 100%. But a lot of people believe that MSTY ETF is the end game for retiring on passive income. I'm going to explain to you why it's not a good idea. I'm going to go over the pros and cons. Hey, I owned MSTY. Things are good. Things are good. When things are bad, things are bad. We're going to discuss that. Now I'm going to explain why I pulled out. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Smash that like button. Let's check out MSTY right now. So MSTY right now is at 1864, down 1.07% today. In the past 5 days, it's been down 16.86%. So it is dropping. In the past month, it's down 24.60%. The past 6 months, it's down 14.69%. Year to date, it's down 28.89%. Past year, it's down 52.76%. Since inception, it's down 13.38%. So MSTY correlates with MSTR ETF. Now, MSTY is not actual shares of MSTR ETF, but it does follow MSTR. MSTR is a very high volatile ETF. So we're going to jump to that. Now, the one thing you're noticing is with MSTR, it's up 47.42%, and MSTY is down 52.81%. Those numbers look terrible. On the positive note, when MSTR has a bull run, MSTY does extremely well. At one point, it was $44.40, and now it's dropped down to $18.69. So on a bull run, MSTY is good. When the market's at a standpoint where it doesn't look like it's getting better, or if it's hitting a bear market, MSTY is your worst nightmare. You saw what's going on with tsly. I sold tsly. tsly had a reverse split. It depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin has a huge run, MSTY has a great run, MSTR has a great run. So if we hit a recession, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. And because of that, the net asset value erosion of MSTY is happening. Now, we're going to jump to the website with the YieldMax ETFs, and I'm going to show you what's going on. So MSTY has a distribution rate of 88.74%. The fund does not directly invest in MSTR. I've done numerous videos on that. The value of the fund, which focuses on individual security MSTR, may be more volatile than the traditional pooled investment or the market as a whole, and may perform differently from the value of a traditional pooled investment as a whole. The fund's strategy will cap its potential gains if MSTR shares increase in value. The fund's strategy is subject to all potential losses if MSTR shares decrease in value, which may not be offset by the income received by the fund. So, let's look at some trends. So, April 2024, 412, that's a good number. May 252, June 303, July 733, August 194, September 185, October 419, November 442, December 2024 308, January 227, February 202, March 137. So So not only are you seeing a decrease in price per share, you're seeing a decrease in the distribution. Right there is a problem for me because if I'm investing, now don't get me wrong, during a bull run, I was making good numbers, like right here, 419, right around the good range, $2, $3. Those are good days. But the problem is you're reaching a bear market and the market's starting to correct itself, possibly even Bitcoin. So when you're at a standstill, the synthetic calls are a huge problem. Now, you already saw the issues that are going on. Now, sure, you can reinvest, and there's an expense ratio of 0.99%. But you're seeing the net asset value drop. So in the past month, 18.74%, 3 months, 23.5%, 6 months, looks like it was up 59.7%, and the year to date, negative $10.36. So you're having some problems. And again, these are not shares of mstr. So a decrease in distribution rate, a decrease in price per share. That's the problem with the synthetic calls. Now, when things are really good, I mean, MSTY is really good, but you're not always going to get a bear market, and you're not always going to get a bull market. But when the market's at an equilibrium, it's still going to decrease in price per share, and the synthetic calls and the distribution rate are going to be lowering over time. You're getting a net asset value decay. So what I've been doing, and if you've watched my previous videos, is I've been throwing things into these ETFs. I've been throwing them in the curve yield ETFs. Now they appear to be a little bit safer. And even with TSLY, with TSLY being down, TSLP has a very high distribution rate of 61.16%. They appear a little bit safer than the YieldMax ETFs in a situation like this that's going on. Now, nothing's set in stone. I mean, there's a monthly distribution, but it appears just a little bit safer, a little bit more conservative for me, and its distribution rate's a little bit lower. So when it comes to possibly retiring on dividends or retiring on passive income, I kind of like the curve um, ETFs better at the moment. Again, things can change, but way better than the synthetic calls. Synthetic call ETFs are not something that I see myself retiring on for passive income. Now, it was great at the synthetic calls on nvdy, msty, tsly when they were popping, man. They were buying me some really good dividend growth stocks. So I'm going to conclude some things. I'm going to conclude everything. So the YieldMax ETFs, YMax ETF, is not a reliable source of income for retirement. How would you feel you're making $4 one month, it's on a bull run, and then it hits a bear market for a year or two, and you potentially get a reverse split? And even if you're trying to retire on income instead of reinvesting to save the net asset value, and there's still erosion going on, you're screwed. So that's one thing. Some of these YieldMax ETFs have already had a reverse split. ESLY had a reverse split. You're looking at ULTY as having a reverse split. You're looking at AMDY having a reverse split. You're looking at TSLY ETF again having a reverse split. So I would never want to have a reverse split if I'm retiring on passive income. There's a reason why I like Curve. There's a reason why I invest in the NEOS ETFs. Now, again, I really like this income that I'm getting. Yes, it's a little bit of a decrease, But at the same time, I have consistency, or at least some form of consistency with these ETFs. You need to notice the trends when to get out. I noticed the trends. I sold them at the right time. I made a decent profit. I'm going to deal with capital gains probably, but it was the right time to do it in a bear market or when the market was at a standstill. Now, I earn fantastic income with the YieldMax ETFs. Don't get me wrong, but I noticed the trends. I knew when to get out. The net asset value erosion is starting to happen. The decrease in price per share is starting to happen. And investors are starting to realize what is going on with MSTY ETF. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to squeeze one in for tonight as well, because I'm pretty much isolating myself for 2 days. If you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit notification bells so you don't miss future videos. Again, I will be back tonight. Take care and have a good one. I'm going to jump to my disclaimer. As a reminder, this is a disclaimer. Do not use my YouTube channel for any form of financial advice. It's strictly for entertainment purposes only. Investing is a big risk. You can gain money, you can lose money. So be aware and do your due diligence. It is best to seek financial advice from a financial advisor. So go to a financial advisor for financial advice and a tax advisor for tax advice. Be aware that you have to do your due diligence when it comes to investing. You can lose money. You don't have to buy things because I buy things. You guys take care and have a good one.